And we're live.
We're here.
We're here for another session of You've Got Questions.
We've got answers.
I'm Darby.
I'm Brooke.
And we're here to answer your questions. So the format is put your questions in the chat and I'll read them and Brooke will answer them.
It'll be a delight.
It'll be a delight. We're going to be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So it can take us a minute to kind of get to all of the questions. But real quick, let's talk about deadlines.
Yes.
So yeah.
So we have the next upcoming deadline is the priority deadline, which is April 2nd. So if you are ready to go to BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College online, or if you want to be a direct admit student, April 2nd is your deadline.
What's a direct admit student?
So it's someone who skips Pathway Connect and goes directly into BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College online.
Who is a good candidate for that?
People who have extensive college experience prior to enrolling. Those who maybe have an associate's degree from, even BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College, but didn't finish. Those who are very tech savvy, and those who aren't as price sensitive. So BYU, Idaho, and Ensign College online, it's still a great price, but it's $139 per credit. And that's no matter where you live, it's that price. And so it's significantly more than if you start with Pathway Connect.
Okay, so here's the format. Put your questions in the chat right there. See? The chat.
Right here.
I can see it. As we start to ramp up, it can take about 15 minutes to answer your question, so don't be worried. So let's talk about some things people can do who have already enrolled while they wait for classes, because classes start April 22nd.
Yeah.
So before classes start, you can do the Heber J. Grant tuition discount.
Yes.
That's a mouthful.
It's a lot.
It's a whole thing.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
So we have some really generous donors that really love BYU-Pathway and love our students. And so the Heber J. Grant tuition discount is for all students, whether you're in Pathway Connect or onto an online certificate or degree program. And it's a tuition discount that's good for 10, 25, or 50% off. And so what happens is we recommend after you enroll, but before you pay your tuition, in your student portal, there will be an option for you to do this tuition discount. So it might say Heber J. Grant tuition discount, claim your discount, any number of things. It's really geared towards helping you. And so after you enroll, but before you pay your tuition, is when we want you to do this. So you'll log into your student portal, you'll click on the link, it will take you to a survey. You'll learn a little bit more about the life of President Heber J. Grant, who was a president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And then you'll answer some questions about his life and your life. And then you'll receive 10, 25, or 50% off. And that tuition discount is good for a couple of years. And then we'll have you reapply just in case any circumstances have changed, if life it looks a little bit different. But it is good for a couple of years. Again, every student gets at least 10% off. You're not taking a spot from someone else. Sometimes we hear, oh, well, I don't really need it. I don't want to take a spot from anyone else. You're not. You are not taking a spot. So please make sure that you are doing that. It's a great opportunity.
Okay, you ready for our first question?
Yes, I can't wait.
Okay. I finished Pathway Connect 103 and I have not been able to register at all in the last 2 days.
Jamie, we feel for you.
We know.
Yeah. We're experiencing an issue with the degree planner, which is affecting registration. We've been told the developers are working on it. They've been working on it the last couple of days. And so we are hopeful that it will be ready today and that folks will be able to register. But if by the end of today, you've not been able to register for your BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College classes, please let us know. And we'll try to figure out what we can do, what workarounds there are available. But
Same question. Why is degree planner broken? We actually wish we knew the answer to that.
Same.
We do. We are in marketing. We are not developers, but they have been trying a handful of things. It's been 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there were some fixes that weren't as permanent as we had hoped. So the team is working really hard on it. So hopefully we'll have some more and better answers soon.
Okay. And for those of you who are just joining us, this is how the format works. You ask your questions. and Brooke answers them.
Yep.
It's
a good
really,
time.
It's really great for me.
So Jamie asked a follow up. How do I let you know if I can't register by tomorrow? Send us a direct message. So you are on Facebook. So just on the main page, there'll be a little thing that says message. Send us a message and let us know.
Okay. Fabulous. All right, Brooke, I have more questions coming your way.
I'm ready.
Just multitasking over here. Okay, this is a question. This is another I need help with registration. This might be the same question. So, if it's not, please let us know.
Yeah. So there is a known issue right now with Degree Planner that's preventing some folks from being able to register. So please try to be patient. I know it's frustrating. We're frustrated too. And so we know how tough it is when you're like, okay, I'm ready to register. I'm ready to do this. And then you can't. So hopefully we'll have a fix in soon.
Perfect. Okay. More questions coming your way. I'm not sure about this next one. Let me see.
Okay.
It's about a specific degree, I believe. Okay, I'll let you answer that.
Yep. So the question is about a forensic anthropology degree for international students. So we don't offer anything related to forensic or anthropology classes. Probably the closest thing would be either if you wanted to do more in the science would be applied health. If you wanted to do more in the social sciences, it would be the human and family relations degree. And it is a great degree, a great option that's available through BYU Idaho online. So unfortunately, we don't have anything specific to that. What we have tried to do with our degrees is make them very broad, and so that it's possible for students around the world to have access and to be able to continue their studies at another university for graduate level work if that's something that they're interested in.
Perfect. Okay, again, put your questions in the chat. We have quite a few in the queue. It can take 15 minutes to answer all the questions, so just be patient with us. The next question is about when can we take the exam? Perhaps the English language exam?
That would be my guess. So Anna, if you are needing to take the free English language exam, that's part of the application. You can, the application is open for Pathway Connect until April 22nd. So the priority deadline is April 2nd, so next week. But as long as we still have space available in classes, we're going to let people continue to apply and enroll through April 22nd for Pathway Connect. So you'll be able to do that. We recommend you take that sooner than later so we can guarantee you a spot in April's semester, but you'll have until the 22nd.
Now, if they've taken it and didn't do as well as they needed to get in, is there a delay?
There is a delay.
Okay. Or they have to wait, I should say.
So if you've already taken the English language assessment and didn't get a qualifying score, 30 days later, you can take the exam again. So that way we try to give people enough time where they can really study, they can spend some time working on their reading, their listening, their English comprehension. And so there's a 30-day waiting period between each ELA exam.
Awesome. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, if we ever don't, if there's ever a time we don't answer your question the way that you need an answer to, just put another question in the chat. We'll monitor it. And we'll try to get you the right answer for your question. Okay. So we have this, needing some help with registration. We have a couple of those.
Yep. So, and if
we can touch on that again.
Yeah. So if you are experiencing a degree planner error, you're not able to register for classes yet, send us a direct message and we'll add those to the queue. There is a known issue right now with degree planner. We have developers working on it and hopefully we'll be able to have that soon. Gabriella, we're so sorry. It's frustrating for us too. Lutana, I might be saying, I probably butchered it. Lutiani. We're sorry. We want you to be able to register too. We've been having some known issues over the last few days. And so please send us a direct message with your student ID number. And we will do our best to figure out what's going on and get an answer to you just as soon as the degree portal is back up and running.
Yeah, we are so sorry. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to come live is we know that there's been an issue and it's hard sometimes to get that information out to everybody. So this is just another way to share that. Okay. Is business application the same certificate as business skills? Do you know the answer?
I don't.
Brooke's gonna look.
So one sec,
Okay, Brooke's gonna look at that. If you're just joining us, this is Brooke, I'm Darby. This is just called You've Got Questions, We've Got Answers, where we try to take as many questions as we can live and answer those. We don't always know the answers to every question, but we'll try to put you in the right direction, give you the next steps to take, because we don't want anyone to feel frustrated or feel like they can't find those answers. If you need to jump off, this will be saved on Facebook and YouTube. The day, and you'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to join us.
Yep. So there's not a certificate called business application, but I'm wondering if you're thinking of business administration, and then business and leadership skills. So those are two different certificates that stack into the applied business degree. So again, business administration and business and leadership skills are two different certificates that are part of the applied business degree. If you are meaning different certificates, let us know. It's possible that I am mixing up what you're wanting to know about.
Perfect. Okay. Next question says, so today I finally finished my application and now it's in review. It says it takes up to 3 weeks for a review. Is that true?
So if you are applying for BYU, Idaho, and Ensign College, yes.
Okay.
It can take up to 3 weeks for the review. If you applied for Pathway Connect, it could take up to that long, but usually it's significantly less. But with BYU Idaho, they're checking transcripts. They're making sure you've got an ecclesiastical endorsement. They're looking at all of those things. So when applying to make that transition from Pathway Connect into BYU Idaho or Ensign College Online, it can take up to 3 weeks, but you will still be able to start. Making sure if everything goes through the way that it should, you'll still be able to start classes on April 22nd.
Okay. Fabulous. Okay. Someone's asking how to get a shirt. We just had a giveaway. We have 3 shirts going out.
Yes.
So we do those occasionally, but if they aren't entered into a giveaway, what's a way they can get some shirts?
Yes. So Raquel, you can go to BYUpathway.edu/merchandise. And on that webpage, there is a link to the BYU Idaho bookstore where there are some there's some BYU Pathway swag, t-shirts, pins, stickers, and things. Primarily, they'll ship in the United States. There is some international shipping options as well, but just know that there will be a fee for that. But if you're interested in producing a shirt locally, you can go to BYUpathway.edu/merchandise, which is right there on the screen. And so that web page will allow you to download a PDF with instructions that you can take to a local printer. So they are for individual use. They're not for mass production or for selling, but you can absolutely have a t-shirt printed locally using the information on that webpage.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, we talked about it taking about 3 weeks for an application for BYU Idaho.
Yep.
We have a question about scholarships. I've already applied, but still haven't gotten the discount. Okay.
So if you have finished the Heber J. Grant tuition discount, at the end, it should give you your amount. So it's possible that you maybe didn't finish, or if you're saying you applied to BYU Pathway, the tuition discount is not automatically applied for Heber J. Grant. So you have to go in and do an additional step. So after you've finished your application, you've enrolled in your student portal, you'll be able to do the Heber J. Grant tuition discount module. And so that's a mouthful. It's a lot. So you are going to be able to, you might see something that says claim your tuition discount, tuition discount, Heber J. Grant. In your student portal, that's where you're going to want to go. And then at the end of the module, you should receive your tuition discount amount. And then it should be applied to your tuition. So if you have enrolled, you've done your module, you've finished it, you've seen the amount, but it's still not being applied to your account, let us know. We'll look into that and see what's going on. You should be able to have that discount applied after you finish the module. Now, if you've recently returned home from a mission, we have an additional tuition discount. So anyone who's returned home from a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the last 5 years is eligible for the recently returned missionary tuition discount. So that is automatically applied. It's 25% off, and it's good for 5 years from the day you return home from your mission. So that one should be automatically applied. So if you've recently returned home from a mission and you're not seeing that tuition discount, please let us know. We would be happy to help figure out what's going on there.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go through a few more about the site having some issues.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, wait a day or two if you're having issues with Degree Planner or maybe even the portal. We're not sure. It's kind of all over the place.
It's awful. We're so sorry.
We're so sorry. So that's one. We had another over here. Not able to register for Institute. Is that possibly the same issue?
I'm not aware of an issue with registering for Institute, so I will message a colleague and see if this Degree Planner issue is also impacting Institute registration.
And also the portal is having some issues.
Portal.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is great for us. So yes, we're really, really sorry. And this is the Degree Planner. So my Degree Planner is not working. We know that, and we're working on that. That is being actively worked on by a tech team right now. Okay, so Brooke is going to ask our team about if Institute is impacted by this error that we're having. So if you're just joining us, I'm Darby and this is Brooke, and this is just called You've Got Questions, We've Got Answers, where we try to answer all of your questions as quickly as possible. So it can take up to 15 minutes to answer the questions. We'll try to go as quickly as possible while still giving everybody the chance to have their questions asked. If we ever answer a question and it's not quite correct, just put another comment in the chat. We'll try to answer that and give everybody the chance to get the right answer. We know that sometimes it can be confusing. We know right now that there's an issue with Degree Planner and possibly some other of our websites for registration. So if that's your question and you're experiencing that, know that we're aware of it. We've known about it for about 2 days, and they thought they had it fixed and it wasn't quite right, and so that's being worked on. Okay, we've got a couple more questions coming up, Brooke, as soon as you're ready. Let me pull up our next one. Okay, so we answered the question about the discount. It should, once you finish that Heber J. Grant tuition discount module, that should be automatically applied. If it's not showing up, please send us a message. You can do that on Facebook and you can do that on Instagram. We have a question about 3-year degree program.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Well, this one is saying like they've heard that maybe some master's programs don't accept it. As far as we know, that's not the issue.
As far as we know, that has not been the case, because nowhere on your degree will it say that it was done in 3 years. It will not say that it was done online. Your degree from BYU Idaho will look exactly like my degree from BYU Idaho. So there is nothing visually that changes. There's nothing on your transcript that would say it was done in 3 years. There's a lot of people who finish college in 3 years just by taking so many credits a semester. So it's not necessarily the time bound that I would say would be the issue. The conversations that I've been a part of, we haven't heard of any issues with there being people who don't want to accept a 3-year degree because it's going to still say Bachelor of Applied Business, Bachelor of Communication. There's nowhere on there that will say 3-year degree.
It doesn't even say online.
No, it doesn't even say online. So your degree from BYU Idaho or Ensign College looks exactly like the ones that when students go on campus receive. Okay.
We are going to keep working through these. We have quite a few in the queue now. So this was about theological studies. We do not have a theological study degree.
Nope, we don't. So you will take religion classes as part of your curriculum, but there's not one dedicated to theological studies.
Okay, next question says, hope you can answer this question. I have 40 to 50 credit hours transferred from my first college.
Awesome.
There are certain coding classes in the business degree that I can't pass. Well, it depends. If you're talking about them being transferable in to replace a current class, that might be the case.
Yeah.
Because the technology has changed, and so they try to match. But if it's not a match, then you will need to take another class again.
Yep. So they'll try to accept as many credits as possible. We want to make it as easy as possible for folks to come back and to finish. But as Darby said, tech changes, and so it's possible that some of those classes will need to be redone as the technology is just different now.
Okay. Okay, there's kind of a conversation that I copied in. I need to go back and look. What degree will I have when I complete with BYU Pathway, Brooke?
So you're going to get a completion certificate that you've completed Pathway Connect. If you complete Pathway Connect with a 3.0 or a B average, you're going to be able to have direct admittance to BYU Idaho or Ensign College online to receive a associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. So you're getting a completion certificate when you finish Pathway Connect, but you can get all the way up to a bachelor's degree through BYU Pathway that's awarded by BYU Idaho or Ensign College. So we are the access, the support, the mentors, cheerleaders, and BYU Idaho and Ensign College are the degree grantors. So their name will be on the certificates and diplomas.
And there's a follow-up for that too.
So is BYU Pathway recognized worldwide? So BYU Pathway Worldwide is accredited through our programs through BYU Idaho and Ensign College are accredited in the United States. But most places around the world will recognize a U.S. accredited degree. So we don't have local accreditation in every country, but it is recognized and revered throughout the world.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to continue to try to burn through as many questions as we can. Okay. We have a question about, hey, I completed a really long time ago. I transferred over to BYU Idaho to finish my degree.
Love it.
And then I moved and dropped out. Can I enroll again and finish up? Do I apply through BYU Pathway or go straight to BYU Idaho? Great question. What do I do, Brooke?
So Jessica, you are going to go online and you're going to come back. So if you remember your student ID information, you'll be able to log back in, and then you will need to reapply, but you won't have to complete Pathway Connect again. You'll be able to go directly back to BYU Idaho online to finish your degree. So you can go to BYUPathway.edu and log in. And you should still be able to access everything. You'll need a new ecclesiastical endorsement and to be able to reapply, but you can come right back and start back up with BYU Idaho. You do not need to finish Pathway Connect again.
Okay. Fabulous questions. Keep coming. Sorry, I keep looking down and looking at all the questions.
And I did hear, I let our team know that we were hearing about some issues with the student portal and institute. And they said that the systems were down for a moment, but they should be back up now. So if you are still having issues logging into your student portal and or registering for institute, can you let us know? And we'll just let the team know that we're still experiencing those issues.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. I think we did this question. What degree will I have? Right, Brooke?
Yep.
Okay. Fabulous. I've applied to walk-in graduation this spring, but I haven't heard any response. Is there any information or details I need to get prepared? Yeah, because it's happening soon.
Yeah, it's
so
a couple weeks away.
I don't know. What can they do? Who do they reach out to?
So if you are walking at BYU Idaho, if you go to byuidaho.edu/graduation, there's details, information, and an email that you can go to. So it should, that should be it.
Okay.
Sorry, BYUI. Sorry, I said BYU Idaho.
Oh, BYUI. Okay.
That's my bad.
Let me pull that up so we can share that URL with you.
So byui.edu/graduation. So there's information on that webpage, and there's also some contact information so that you can reach out to them directly. But if you are going to be at BYU Idaho, Darby and I will be at BYU Idaho graduation, and we would love to meet you. It would be so fun. And so tell us what you're graduating in, where you're coming from, and that goes for anyone that's listening. We would love to hear more about what you're studying and how it's going.
Okay, next question says, hey, I've met the minimum requirements for an online course, but it's only giving me an option to retake a course. I'm kind of stuck.
Okay, so you need to have at least a B average or a 3.0 in order to move on. You also cannot have failed any PC 101, 102, or 103. So if that is the case, so you might have failed one but gotten an A in the other two, you would need to retake it if you have failed something. But if you can send us a direct message with your student ID information in this, we can look into it and see what's going on. As long as you meet that 3.0, no failed classes, you'll be able to continue on to BYU Idaho and Ensign College.
Okay, I think this is the answer. I think this is institute.
Okay, great.
But even if it's degree,
even if anything working is great.
We're just so glad.
So happy that it's working now.
We are so glad. The other thing that I've seen with this, Brooke, is somebody did fine in Pathway Connect 101, 102, 103, and then they didn't finish the certificate course, and that was where they were stuck.
Yeah.
So there's a few different reasons why you could technically get stuck.
Yep.
If you don't think any of those apply to you, please reach out and let us know, and we can go look and do a little bit of digging.
Yep.
Okay. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to jump over to Facebook for a minute. We have quite a few. Okay, so we answered this question about how do I come back?
We love it. That goes for anyone. If you started but didn't finish, come on back. We want to help.
Okay, this is a question about jobs and employment, Brooke.
Yep. So, Joy, there are, in order to work for BYU Pathway or BYU Idaho or Ensign College directly, you actually need to live in Utah or Idaho in the United States in order to do that. But we do have a career development team that is working on remote opportunities and jobs around the world. And so stay tuned as those partnerships continue to grow. We will make announcements and share opportunities for employment around the world.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, let me get you another question up here. So this question is, why is like the BYU Idaho tuition more expensive than like BYU Pathway? This was up a couple times.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you finish Pathway Connect and you go on to BYU Idaho or Ensign College online, your tuition is the same amount, doesn't change. So if you finish Pathway Connect, once BYU Pathway student, always. But if you decide to go directly into BYU Idaho or Ensign College online, it's different. So you are skipping Pathway Connect and the price is more expensive. It's $139 a credit. Now, if you finish Pathway Connect, the price remains the same. Whatever the going rate for Pathway Connect in your country is what it costs for BYU Idaho or Ensign College online. So for example, in the United States, it's $81 a credit. And so when someone finishes Pathway Connect and they go on to BYU Idaho or Ensign College, tuition is still $81 a credit.
Yeah. Okay. I still haven't received my Pathway Connect certificate. So that one is not mailed. If you have completed all of the coursework with that B average or that 3.0, it should be in your student portal. You'll log into your student portal. There's a little icon of a person. You'll click on that and you should be able to see your certificate. If you don't see it and it's been a while, you can message us. There might be a course that you didn't pass quite as well. We're not sure.
Yeah.
But that one is not mailed. That's the biggest thing.
And if it's been a couple of years, there may be a glitch in the system. So if it's been a while, let us know. As long as you meet the requirements, it should be present in your portal.
Perfect. Okay. So this says, I'm going to be going on a mission and I want to do BYU Pathway. I think there was one up further. So what is the kind of the rule with missionaries?
Yeah. So if you are a full-time service missionary, you can work with your mission leaders to do Pathway Connect while on your mission. If you are a full-time proselyting missionary, you again will work with your mission leaders to see if that's something that is available to you. So it's not something that is widely available. There are a couple of missions in the world where they have a very early curfew, and that's possible. But by and large, if you are on a full-time mission, Pathway Connect and other schooling is put on hold. So you can really focus and dedicate your time on your missionary purpose.
Perfect. Okay, we have so many wonderful questions. I'm going to keep going here.
Love it.
Question about sponsorship. So let's talk about the purpose and point of BYU Pathway. Like, we're supposed to stay in country.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So BYU Pathway is designed to help people around the world receive a church education in their home country. So BYU Pathway is not designed to help people come to the United States. It's really meant for you to be able to stay in your home country, wherever that is, or wherever you're living right now. If you are interested in coming to the United States, you'll need to work with BYU Idaho, Ensign College, BYU directly to attend those universities as a campus student.
Okay, next question. I'm going to do a really quick follow-up. This was the question about why is it more expensive? I think they just missed the answer.
Gotcha. Okay, so BYU Pathway is designed to really help people get up and running off the ground, really make education affordable and accessible. And so when folks start with Pathway Connect, they're able to receive a tuition discount, and that discount stays with them when they go on to BYU Idaho or Ensign College. If you are skipping Pathway Connect and going directly to BYU Idaho or Ensign College, you will pay the going rate for those institutions at the online price.
And that doesn't matter if you live in a different country.
Doesn't matter where you
US rates.
Yep. It's the same everywhere you go. But if you finish Pathway Connect, you're able to keep that tuition rate with you, whatever it is in your home country.
Okay. Everyone's been so patient. Again, we're about 10 minutes behind on answering these questions. We'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. It's my first year starting my certificate online through BYU Pathway.
Love it.
Is it possible to have a head start on the religion classes and not have to wait until the second certificate? Sounds like they want to maybe take more religious courses as they go along. Do you know?
So if you are if you're talking about being enrolled if you're in Pathway Connect and you're working on your Pathway Connect certificate, part of what you're doing is taking religion classes through Institute, and those are essentially free credits, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
We recommend everyone take Institute during Pathway Connect. And then if you are an online degree student, so if you're working on a certificate that's awarded by BYU Idaho or Ensign College, you can take more than one religion class at a time. We just recommend that you really look at your whole life and what you've got going on. So if you're working, if you've got a family, if you have other responsibilities, just make sure that you have the time necessary to do well in your classes, because we want you not to just to get through, but to really succeed and to have a great experience.
Awesome. Okay. So let's talk that we had a question about the Mentor Bridge Scholarship.
Yes. So there is another scholarship that's available. It's a 1 semester scholarship. It's called the Mentor Bridge Scholarship. So if you are enrolled in school and you've completed Pathway Connect 101 and you're going to do Pathway Connect 102, and there's been a financial hardship, if something, you can no longer pay for the next semester, you can work with your peer mentor, and there can be potentially a one-time scholarship through the Mentor Bridge Scholarship to help sort of bridge that gap financially for your next semester.
Awesome. Okay, I'm having problems with degree audit showing classes that I have completed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a known issue. The team is working on it right now. It's not up and running quite yet. And so we are hopeful that it'll get fixed. So it's not just you that's having this issue. It's students worldwide. And so we are hopeful that a fix will be in before the end of today, so that you'll be able to go in and register. Our recommendation is that you'll go in and just, if you can see classes, just don't register for a class you've already taken. So if you know there's another class that's part of your degree plan, try to register for that. Do not register for classes you've already taken.
So it's showing them like everything. It's like not taking into account what they've done. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
a couple of different issues with Degree Planner right now, and it's awful.
So so like Brooke is saying, don't register for a class you've already taken.
Yep.
And if you can't access Degree Planner, we're sorry. And we know that it's being worked on. There's been a big conversation about it for several days as they've worked to try to mitigate that. Okay. Keep asking your questions in the chat. We'll take like just a 1 second pause here to say, put your questions in the chat. I'm Darby.
I'm Brooke.
This is called You've Got Questions.
We've got answers.
Where we try to answer your questions. I read them. Brooke answers them. It's great for me. Bad for her. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you have to leave and you don't hear the answer to your question, you'll be able to go see the whole live stream on YouTube. YouTube is the best place because you can slide through really easily. But you can also see it on Facebook. It'll be saved in both of those.
So we're just getting reports that the issue is still persisting, unfortunately. And so we're hopeful that we'll have an update before the end of today here in the US.
Okay. I need the link to register for Pathway Connect. Let me grab that URL for you.
So you're going to go to BYU-Pathway.edu. Darby will get it up on the screen, but you'll go to BYU-Pathway.edu. In the upper right-hand corner, there's going to be this gold box that says apply for free. You'll click that. It'll take you to our admissions page where you can learn a little bit more about BYU Pathway and what opportunities are going to be best for you. And then you can start your application. So you will need to log into your church account. So you don't need to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to participate, but you do need a free church account. It's just a single sign-on situation that will help you register for your classes.
Yeah, it's like when you use your Google account to sign in for things that aren't Google. I do that all the time so that I don't have to create a new user account.
Yes, because who wants to remember all those passwords?
I can't remember any of them. Okay, we've got some more questions coming here. So we answered this question about the degree planner.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not working very reliably today.
No.
And it's showing all classes and not taking into account classes that you've already finished. We apologize for that. So this might be a related question. Why do my institute classes not show up as credit?
My guess is that is part of the issue. So if you took Institute as part of your Pathway Connect experience, those are religion credits that will transfer to BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College. So my guess is it's just part of the known issue. We found out that Seminary and Institute is also their systems are having issues today as well.
How fun.
So it's a great time.
This feels like a related question. One of the final classes I need to register now says 0 seats. I had no opportunity to register because of this problem, and now I won't be able to graduate.
Okay, so you will be able to graduate. So Akila, can you send us a direct message with your student information, and we'll try to figure out what's going on and if we can help solve the problem. So send us a direct message on Facebook with your name, your student ID, and this issue, and we'll have some of our team members look into it.
Okay. How often do we do these, Brooke? We try to do these once a week. Depends on the week.
Yep.
But we will, as we get closer to the deadline, we will be doing a series of these over the next couple of days, starting next week. So usually once a week. We also have once a week in Spanish. Almost every week there's one in Spanish. You can rewatch any of these on YouTube or Facebook if you want, and we try to chapter mark those with the questions.
Yeah. And if you have friends that you think this would be great for them to hear about, learn about, you can tag them in the comments and they'll be able to watch the video after the fact.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, where can I find the certificate for my past or finished certificates? Is there a place they're archived in the portal?
So you should be able to see all of them. So in your student portal, if you're logged in, you'll touch that, hit that person icon, and then it should have your certificates listed there. So they should be in your student portal. If you are not finding them, after sort of logging in and looking at that person icon, going to your information, please let us know. We want to help you get those certificates and make sure you've got access to them.
Okay, so we had this question a minute ago, and then the follow-up says this hasn't shown up for the last 6 months, so it's not a current issue.
Oh, okay, well, that's awful. Can you send us a direct message with your name, student ID, and then if you have your institute registration information and sort of that you finished the class, that will be helpful because we'll need that information to be able to make sure that those credits transfer, that you took Institute as part, that you registered through BYU Pathway for the Institute classes, that you attended regularly, and you did any assignments that were part of the program.
Perfect. Hey, so do I need to reapply for the scholarship every semester?
No.
No. 2 years.
Yep. And you'll be notified. So if you're not seeing the application or you're not seeing the tuition discount, let us know, but you should be notified when it's time for you to reapply for the scholarship.
Okay. Fabulous. Okay, keep the questions coming. This is, why is it so hard to figure out the requirements for just the associate's degree? I
am sorry that you're having a hard time. So my recommendation is to go to BYU-Pathway.edu, certificates and degrees. So if you go to BYU-Pathway.edu, there is going to be a tab that says certificates and degrees. And then if you go to the degree list, you're going to be able to click on view certificates and degrees. And then you can click on the associate's degree that you desire. So for example, if you go to the communications associate's degree, you'll see the program requirements. And so I'm just going to terribly share my screen real fast. But you can, it will show you which certificates you need to take next for an associate's degree. So it'll say, okay, you need to take this certificate plus the second certificate, as well as some of your general ed classes. So if you go to BYU-Pathway.edu/degrees/program list, you should be able to see the requirements that are specific to that degree.
Perfect. Okay. But we apologize that it's been hard. It can be confusing, especially for some people who associate degrees and bachelor's degrees are a little bit
Their name's
different.
something different.
Yeah.
They mean something different.
Okay. So this question this question is about studying in person.
Yep. So, Rose, if you want to go to BYU Idaho on campus or any other university on campus, you can transfer those credits, but it's going to be up to the university if you're admitted, what's accepted. BYU Pathway is not designed to help you go to campus. It's designed to help you study online wherever it is that you live in the world.
This next question says, hi, I'm from Sierra Leone and I have completed Pathway Connect, but due to something with tuition being late, I'm unable to access the certificate and apply for the degree. So
if you haven't been able to, so in order to get your Pathway Connect certificate or to be able to transition to BYU Idaho or Ensign College Online, you need to have any tuition holds, any financial holds on your account cleared before you can move on. So before you can receive your certificates or the ability to enroll online, you do need to pay that tuition.
Okay. Okay, so we have two from Xavier. So he's saying, I'm from Mexico and I'm taking Pathway Connect. I would like to get a degree, but my question is this degree valid in Mexico?
Yeah. So they're U.S. accredited degrees. So they are accredited here in the United States of America. Most countries will look at that and say, okay, you've received a degree from the United States, and they will recognize that. You can use the degree from the United States to apply to graduate school or other opportunities. And so while it's not officially recognized by Mexico, it is a U.S. accredited degree that is recognized worldwide. Most places do not have any issue accepting a U.S. accredited degree.
Okay, so we have a question. Hey, I have a quick question. Can I study at BYU Hawaii in person and at the same time do BYU Idaho online? Is that even possible?
I think technically, but
yeah. If you qualify to study in person at Hawaii, I don't know why you couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think technically, but I'm not sure. We
never had that one.
I don't know many people who would want to work on 2 degrees at the same time. But there's always,
could be.
So, Jonathan, I would reach out to BYU Hawaii and see. I'm unaware of that. Sorry.
Awesome. Okay, so the next question says, do you have to be a member of the church to participate in the program and earn a degree?
You do not. So, Jennifer, you don't need to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to participate. You don't need to be an active member to participate. You will need to take religion classes as part of your degree requirements. And so there's lots of options. Jesus Christ in His Ever-Living Gospel, the Old Testament, the New Testament. So there are some religion classes options that are available that aren't specifically the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but they will need to take religion classes as part of their degree.
Okay. You guys are doing great. These are such great questions. Okay. Let's talk about which degrees we offer. We do not offer a degree in psychology, but we do offer 7 degrees. Ready?
Yep. Applied business, applied health, communication, human and family relations, information technology, web development, and professional studies, which I like to call choose your own adventure. So we don't have a degree in psychology, but the closest would be the human and family relations degree, which a lot of people will get and then go on to get a master's degree in counseling or something like that.
Yeah, and if they want to learn more, they can go to BYU-Pathway.edu/degrees. I think program list just takes them in deeper to see what the degrees are. Okie dokie. We are really close. I think I just deleted a question. I've got to go find it again. Here we go. I'm just starting to study with BYU Pathway. to continue my degree. How do I transfer? Okay, this is an in-person transfer.
So Miranda, you'll need to work with Ensign College on their transfer requirements. If there's any visa requirements, if there are sponsorship needs, those will need to be worked out with through BYU or through Ensign College or BYU Idaho directly. BYU-Pathway is really just here to help you study online wherever it is that you live.
Perfect. Okay, I found my question I accidentally deleted. Hey, is it necessary to keep taking institute classes throughout my degree if I already have the required core and elective religion class credits?
Amazing.
So if you have taken those and those are like accredited classes, then
no,
probably not. But if you just took them as institute classes locally, then you would need to take those because you're going to need, is it 8 religion classes through the whole degree?
Yeah. 14 credits worth of religion.
Yeah. So,
but if you already have enough transfer religion classes, then you don't have to keep taking them. You wouldn't need to
do those. Hey, I took Pathway Connect in 2013 in my stake, and I got the certificate. Oh no, I lost the rest of your comment. If you have the rest of that comment from Instagram, let me know. I'm wondering if you need to get the certificate, if they need to get the certificate, how do they do that?
So if you need to get the certificate, send us a direct message. If you still can log in, we should have all of your information still. You can log in and get that. If you can't log in, you don't remember your login information, it should just be your church account. But you can send us a direct message. If you're thinking, I finished Pathway Connect, but I never went on to BYU Idaho or Ensign College, can I still do that? The answer is yes, absolutely. If you finish Pathway Connect with a 3.0 or higher, come on over. We want to help you get your degree. It doesn't matter how long ago you finished Pathway Connect, you can come back.
Next question. Can you please elaborate more on the 3-year degree as compared to the 120 credit degree?
Yeah.
What's different, Brooke?
So electives is the major difference.
And what would an elective be?
So an elective could be something like, so I'll tell you some of the electives I took.
Yours are ridiculous.
They are. I took archery as an elective because I thought it would be fun. And
it's not bad.
It's not bad. It just wasn't exactly related to my degree in communication. And so an elective is really anything that's not specific to your core curriculum or to a required class for your major or degree or your general education classes. So the 3-year degree is a 90 to 96 credit degree. And the biggest difference is that you no longer have to do electives.
That's it.
That's it.
And then if you want to learn more, you can go to the website on the screen.
Yep.
BYU-Pathway.edu/degree-in-3. And there is a lot of helpful information there. And we do have some webinars that they can go watch and dig in deeper. I think those are YouTube.
Yep. And they're from March.
They're also
from
in
February. Late February.
Yeah. So you can search, degree in 3 BYU Pathway, and you should pull up our webinars. I know they're on our YouTube, and I think they're on our Facebook.
Yep.
And those are great because they talk with some experts from BYU Pathway who know a lot more than Brooke and I do about the difference and what to expect and what that's like.
But nowhere on your degree is it going to say that it was a 3-year degree or a 90 to 96 credit degree or that it was an online degree. It's just going to say that you're that you have a degree. Yep.
And so that's kind of the follow-up question.
Master's program.
Yeah. So the master's program, it doesn't, like Brooke said, it doesn't specify that.
Yep. So there are some master's programs that will require additional general education classes that maybe you didn't take or that are prerequisites for the major or for the graduate program. So for example, I have a friend who later in life decided they wanted to be a dentist. And their degree in business didn't translate everything. So they had some prereqs or classes that they had to go back to university to take that were in the medical field. And so that's fairly normal for master's programs where sometimes there are some prerequisites or some requirements that need to be met that even if you have a 120 credit bachelor's degree, don't meet.
Yeah. Yeah, when my husband did his master's program, he had some related business classes that he didn't have to take entering the master's program because he had those in his undergrad. But I know that I think you had to do an extra class, right?
I did, yeah. So before I'm working on an MBA, and I had to take a statistics class before I was able to be fully admitted. I received provisional admission until I finished that class because I didn't take statistics in my undergraduate program.
Okay. So, and we are just about done. I see kind of the end of the questions. How do I let you know if I can't register by tomorrow? So you can send us a direct message, and we will try to put up a notice. And I know that there is is there a notice anywhere on the website?
So there's a notice in your student portal about the issue. I am just now getting some reports that it's intermittently working.
So it's getting there.
So we're hopeful. And so there were just some issues with some of the servers. And so it looks like it's getting resolved. And so if you are here and you were having an issue with Degree Planner and being able to register, you can go ahead and check that out, and it should be fully resolved before the end of today.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I think we might have one or two left.
Okay.
Hey, I'm applying for BYU Hawaii this winter. For the time being, I still want to take BYU Idaho classes while I'm waiting. Should I register even if the degree is being offered by Ensign instead of Idaho? Oh, right. Yeah. So it should transfer just fine, any of those credits that you take.
Yep. So whether you're taking classes through BYU Idaho or Ensign College, they're all college credits. If you're looking at getting a certificate that's available through Ensign and another that's available through BYU Idaho, that's great. They'll all work together. If the degree that you are planning on for BYU Hawaii is offered through Ensign College and you want to get a head start and maybe take some of those classes, you can register for classes through Ensign College.
Fabulous. That's the end of our questions, Brooke. So classes start April 22nd.
Yes, coming in quick.
And the priority deadline is next week.
Yep, April 2nd.
So we're getting close. If you have questions, Brooke and I will be live again on Tuesday to answer as many questions as we can. Yep.
So if you're thinking about enrolling in BYU Idaho or Ensign College online, please make sure you go in and start your application by next Tuesday the 2nd. You'll have additional time to finish the application, but it has to be started by April 2nd in order to enroll.
For BYU Idaho and Ensign College.
Yep.
So, okay.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us.